Good afternoon, everyone. Glad you could be here with us this afternoon to talk about this important announcement we have to make. We are participating in this press event. I represent the International Trade Union Confederation, and that is an organization comprised of 360 national organizations representing 166 million workers. The AFL CIO, which I am a part in the United States, represents some 12.5 million American workers. And the councils that I represent are manufacturing workers there in our country. We are participating in this press event today because we believe, as a trade union movement, in a cleaner planet and good jobs. We know that the just transition of our economy requires a number of things. We must modernize our industries. We must develop and deploy technology. We must train and educate workers to be able to use these technologies. And we must assist workers in their communities that are adversely affected by climate change and provide perhaps new examples of social protections for workers in affected communities. These are the right things to do. These are the things that adaptation and mitigation are about, and doing it in a just transition way. They require money and investment in our future. Finance is the central question that each and every one of us are listening to during this conference, during these meetings here. It is the road to Durban, and a question that must be answered. Everyone wants to create a green climate fund. Every working group meeting here over the past couple of days has raised the issue of finances. Every nation needs investments to transform their economy so that it can be less vulnerable to the effects of climate change. Everyone wants financial commitments, but no one wants to talk about how we will pay for these things. We will. That's why we've come together. That's why we are here today. We believe it is time for the financial community to step up and do what the financial community should do to help solve this problem. The ITUC and the AFL CIO are here today with our allies to demand that the governments of this world impose a financial transactions tax and dedicate a portion of those proceeds to addressing climate change. It's that simple. In the developing world, we're in a conversation about somehow we're going to downsize our way to success and no longer make the investments we need. We need to change that pattern. The developing world needs us to step up to the plate and make the investments and commitments to make the investments that we've talked about in Copenhagen. The tax is tiny, but the annual revenues will be a great leap forward for the Green Climate Fund. The Trade Union Advisory Committee to the OECD has looked at the OECD data and produced studies showing that a small tax, 0.02% to 0.05%, would generate between $200 and $600 billion on an annual basis. It's a lot of money. It can go a long ways to a cleaner planet and good jobs. The tax works and it does not interfere with markets. Great Britain has had a small version of this in place for many years. We've not seen the decline of their markets. We've seen them grow. We know it does not have an adverse impact. The President Sarkozy of France has called for this tax. Angela Merkel, the Prime Minister of Germany, has called for this tax. The International Monetary Fund has said these reforms are actually needed. The AFL CIO has pushed President Obama. We've talked to our U.S. Congress and suggested that we pass a tax in the United States. It's a needed reform. Developing countries have joined in this chorus to say we should do so. They understand that ending this type of financial speculation that has gone on has been undermining their own ability to develop. This tax can both raise revenues and help curb the most outrageous forms of the speculation. It is time that the financial institutions, whose reckless actions brought the economic crisis that much of the world is in today, step up and do